Ouch. This is kind of a bit of a small space. I don't know why I decided to video here, guys. Can I just say, this is probably the first time in a very long time I've actually used pins in my hijab. I usually just like flip it, no pins, done, gone, but no, I've actually pinned it today. I feel like I look so different. Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Seraphic Life. Welcome if it is your first time, and I haven't done many videos, so probably is your first time. So if that's the case, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this video. So today I am going to do what ethnicity am I, and I get asked this question like all the time. It's probably the question I get asked the most in this life. Where are you from? Where are your parents from? And I don't know, people are just generally curious and perplexed about where I'm from. It's probably got a lot to do with the fact that I wear hijab and maybe I look different, or I don't know. I think I look different depending on what style of hijab I wear, makeup I wear, etc, etc. I think this is quite like a Turkish style today. I don't know, maybe. Basically, yeah, I get asked this a lot. You know, especially when I go traveling, I get a lot of people asking me, where am I from? I have been asked where I'm from a myriad of countries. I've been asked whether I'm from Turkey, Bosnia, Syria. This one guy asked me whether I was Saudi Arabian when I was in Malaysia, which was crazy, but no, not Saudi Arabian, and I'm not any of those nationalities, though mashallah, I think that all those ethnicities and countries are like hold really beautiful people, mashallah, and I appreciate every culture, honestly, and I just think it's so beautiful to see people from different countries and share their nationalities and their culture and all that sort of thing. It's one thing I really love, especially when I travel. But yeah, guys, no, I am none of those things. So before we get into it, I want you guys to try and guess in the comments, or I don't know, just guess in your head, where do you think I'm from? You probably won't guess it. Maybe you will, I don't know, but I'm giving you 5 seconds. So I'm sure one of you have probably guessed because you either know me or have seen something about me, or I don't know, maybe looked at my Instagram and you probably guessed where I'm from. I'm unfortunately not as exotic as I would like to be. But basically I am British. I am ethnically British, so both my parents are of British descent, especially on my father's side. So my grandmother on my dad's side was born in England, and from my mother's side they're like been in Australia for generations, so we think that they're Irish descendants, but my mum's side of the family haven't really looked into it much. So yeah, lots of generations in Australia. And if you haven't guessed my accent, I am Australian. I was born and raised in Australia. Yes. But of course I don't consider myself ethnically Australian, of course. Ethnic Australians are of course the Indigenous Australians, the Aboriginals, so I don't say I'm ethnically Australian. Of course I am ethnically British, so yeah, that is what I am. Although I have a lot of different sort of countries mixed into that in terms of within or near Britain. On my dad's grandmother's side, she was born in England, but her family have lived in all different countries near England, for example in Ireland and Wales. So my surname is actually Welsh, and so I guess our heritage comes from Wales, although my family would like to make fun of me because, you know, they're like, well, even a little bit Welsh or whatever, but we are a little bit Welsh, and I guess that's what I like to identify the most as, because I suppose my heritage comes from there, my surname comes from there. That's where sort of the generations have come mostly from Wales, so I do, I guess, associate the most with Wales. However, I would say ethnically we are I am British, but I was born and raised in Australia, and yeah. So for those of you who don't know, or I've probably guessed, I wasn't born a Muslim. I converted to Islam about 4 or 5 years ago now. That's obviously a very personal topic. I do try to not really talk about it so much because, I don't know, a lot of people I just don't like dividing Muslims or dividing people or say, oh, you're a convert or you were born a Muslim, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not into that at all. Like, I'm a Muslim, just a Muslim, that's it. I don't try to say, hey, I converted or anything like that. But of course, just to clarify, I did convert to Islam, and it was something that I made an educated decision about over a long period of time, and it's a decision that I feel very happy and blessed to have in my life, alhamdulillah. But I do try to stay away from talking about that topic too much, unless it's obviously with my close friends or family or something like that, where there's a necessity to talk about it. But no, I just associate myself as a Muslim, but ethnically I am British, yes. Although because I've travelled so much, I really feel like I don't associate myself so much with one country, you know. I mean, I don't consider myself really culturally in the Australian way of life or anything like that, or what a typical Australian is, although you can't really say what a typical Australian is because Australians have so many different nationalities and a multitude of ethnicities. You can't really say it's really Australian, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I feel like because I've travelled so much in my life, alhamdulillah, I really take on board different values and different things from different cultures, and that's something that I feel really happy about and really blessed to have experienced. And I really love taking something from each culture and learning about it and taking it on as my own, because I really don't feel like I'm, just culturally something. I mean, many of you guys, I don't know, maybe, I'm sure many of you are very immersed in your culture, and that's, you have the same foods or you have the same language and you associate entirely with that culture. Whereas me, I am not like that at all, because I'm not really entirely culturally Australian and I'm not entirely culturally British, and I just feel like I am really like a woman of different cultures and nationalities. So yeah, I think it's quite interesting, and I definitely feel like because I've travelled so much, I feel really happy to have experienced different people's point of views, different people in their cultural norms, and take positive good things from their culture and really learn about it. And I think that I really try and sort of immerse myself in that, and I really enjoy that. So yeah. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments whether you guessed what ethnicity I am. What did you think? What ethnicity did you think I was when you first saw me? Let me know. I think it's really fun and interesting to know where people think I'm from. So let me know if you enjoyed this video. Also, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.